Hello and welcome to Winging It with Manly Man Matt. That's me. Today we have a review of round 3. It's been Monday, the weekend games have gone, so it's Friday games and Thursday games, and it's a Monday, so now we're going to get into round 3. Let's get to it. Alrighty, sorry, Billy. We're getting back into round 3. So we had 8 matches. Dolphins had the bye, and yeah, there were some really good matches here. Some kind of blowouts, which we haven't really been seeing too much. But let's get to it. So I'm gonna have my team last. We're gonna talk about them last. So let's quickly go through the teams. So Thursday night we had the Panthers and the Broncos facing off. Didn't think this was going to be that great a match for the Broncos, at least. I mean, they didn't have Haas, they didn't have Reynolds, and then early on they lost Walsh. I was just like, wow, of all the players they could have lost, Walsh would have been the one that, yeah, he would have been your top guy. You don't want to lose him, like. But yeah, he got lost into a kind of a head clash with I think it was Taylor May. So they got a penalty from that. So it was like, he got sent off to HIA. But yeah, it was 2-0. It's 2-0 with that penalty, and yeah, got the penalty. May didn't get sent off, which I think was the right call. I don't understand why he should have been sent off. Like, he tried to stop, but anyway, what can you do? You can't just disappear. The rugby league really need to figure that out. But anyway, so got to 2-0, and yeah, Walsh went off. He tried coming back on later, tried to, he came back onto the field, onto the sideline, and was like throwing the ball around, but yeah, he couldn't see apparently, so yeah, that's pretty devastating news for the Broncos fans. They end up losing 34-12. So the Panthers got out to a big lead. I think they scored 34 points to 0, or 34 points to 2. They had their tries from Tarava. Tago scored twice. Kenny scored once, and To'o scored twice. So yeah, the 34-2, and then the Broncos came back, scored a couple of extra tries. I think one was in the 55th, and one was in the 60th minute to Mariner and Arthurs. So they brought it back. They made the score a little bit more respectable, but then nothing was scored after the 60th minute. So yeah, halftime score was 22-2. It was yeah, if you're a Broncos fan, that was a game you want to kind of sweep under the rug and go. But yeah, you can't do much about that. But anyway, let's move on to the next match: the Warriors and the Raiders. Now this is on Friday night at about 6 o'clock. Sydney Eastern Standard Daylight Savings Time. Warriors, they scored 18 points to 10, 18-10 the Raiders, and Adam Fanua-Blake scored, Metcalf scored, and Roger Tuivasa-Sheck scored an amazing try. I watched it on TV. I watched it on my phone, not TV. I watched it on my phone, and I was just like, I was looking at it going, what the? He got through like 3 or 4 defenders. Oh, it was great for my super coach score. But yeah, the Raiders, Timoko, I think that's how you pronounce his name, he scored, and Kotrick scored a try. So halftime score was 6-4. So it was a very, very close game. I thought the Raiders got out early. Yeah, pretty sure the Warriors scored and the Raiders scored a couple of tries, 2 tries, and got a penalty. No, they didn't. They scored a couple of quick tries and made it like 10-4 at one point, and I was just like, or 10-6. I'm like, well, the Raiders gonna win. And then the Warriors just went bang bang. But anyway, that's yeah, the Raiders are going to trouble a lot of teams, I think, with their style of play. They're just hard. They're just hard and tough. But Warriors at home, I didn't think they were going to lose. So yeah. Anyway, on to the next match. The next Friday night match at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Daylight Savings Time was the Roosters and the Rabbits, the good old rivals. Well, this was an absolute flogging. The Roosters, 48-6 winners over the Rabbits. The try scorers: Dominic Young scored 1, Walker scored 2, Manu scored 2, Watson scored 1, Tedesco scored 2. The Rabbits. Jacob Host scored the only try. It's a little bit after half time. And yeah, the Roosters just absolutely rorted them. Halftime score was 18-0. And Latrell Mitchell did get sin binned. So that also played a part, I think, in the dramatic scoreline. Just crazy. Like, Jack Whiten played his debut game. He played alright as well. But yeah, what are you meant to do? Like, yeah, the Rabbitohs are just, they're 0-3 now. Yeah. They're the only team without a win that hasn't also had a bye. So yeah, it's great. It's crazy. Anyway, times will get better, but I don't care. Anyway, next game, Bulldogs and the Titans. Talking about an absolute pathetic team. Bulldogs 32-0. So I said in my tips, I thought I went the Titans because I thought the Bulldogs haven't shown me anything. The Titans hadn't shown me anything either, but I thought with the bye and Des Hasler being coach and, you know, they've got a few good players there, I thought they might actually pull out a win. Titans are pathetic. They are absolutely pathetic. Like, it's just crazy. And Tino's out. Tino did his ACL, so yeah. The Bulldogs, 32-0. Preston scored, Kickow scored, Marnie scored, Karaz scored, Tracy scored, and Taff scored. All multiple, no multiple try scorers, just one try apiece for most of the players. The Titans, obviously, nothing. Halftime score was 12-0. 12-0. I mean, I thought the Titans could come back, but yeah, to score 4 points in 2 rounds is absolute just crap. Like, what are you doing? Like, I said this to one of the guys at work. I was just like, you guys are rugby league players. It's what you do for your job. You are privileged enough to play rugby league for your job. Like, literally go out there and give everything you have for that 80 minutes. You're playing once a freaking week. I've got to go to work every day. Like, you know, I know rugby league is a tough sport, but come on, just leave it all out on the field when you're tackling. Absolutely put every single bit of energy you have into that tackle. Put more than you have. It's just crazy. It's honestly just crazy that a team can be belted like that and have no hope. I mean, I know a few Titans fans and they are just, yeah, they really don't enjoy life at the moment. But anyway, that's it for that match. I'm not going to talk too much about that. The Bulldogs were really good. I think I just said I wasn't going to talk about the match, but anyway, yeah, the Bulldogs were really good. I think playing at Belmore, they fed off the crowd. They just feasted on a hapless Titans team, and hopefully for the Bulldogs' sake, that they think, you know what, this is how we can play. We're going to play like this every day. Just not against the Seagulls. That'd be great. Just go back to your normal selves when you play against the Seagulls. Yeah. Anyway, the next match. Where are we? Dragons versus Cowboys. Dragons is at home. This was at Netstrata Jubilee Stadium, I think, in somewhere. I don't know where. I can't remember where. Not Gosford. Somewhere. Anyway, they had 24. They put 24 points on the Cowboys. Just so happens the Cowboys put 46 on them. Dragons. Lomax scored a double. Sloan and Flanagan scored 1 each. Now for the Cowboys. 8 different scorers. 1 try apiece. No doubles. You got Tuolagi, McIntyre, Neen, Drinkwater, Fuiaki. Almost said that wrong. Dearden, Holmes, and Townsend all scored 1 try apiece. The halftime score was 18-22. It was crazy. I was watching it and it was just like the Dragons jumped out to an 18-4 lead, and I'm like, oh wow, okay. Dragons are looking slick. They're getting their passes off. There was one try, their first try to Lomax, went boom, 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 and you know, he scored. He almost tripped over. He almost fell over the dead ball line. I was like, oh no, come on, score this try. But yeah, it was crazy. The Dragons can show that they can put points on, but their defense just lets them down. It didn't help that I think they had 4 players out, so 4 starters out. So yeah, we've got them this week down at Wollongong. So I'm thinking I might go down there. It depends if I can be bothered making the 2.5 hour trip, but with my partner. So you might see me down there, you might not. I'm not too sure yet. Anyway, yeah. So that was it for that match. The Tigers and the Sharks. What a game for the Tigers. Just what a game. So 32-6 winners over the Sharks. No one predicted this. I'm in a tipping group. We have 77 members. No one tipped the Tigers. Papali'i scored, Seyfarth scored, Olam scored, and Buller scored a double to the Sharks 6, and Hazelton scored. So, you know, yeah, that's pretty much it. The Sharks were woeful. The Tigers, it was at Leichhardt. It was heaving. Oh my gosh. How good. How good are the Tigers at Leichhardt when they're running good? Hopefully this is now a bit of a belief that they have, and that this is how they can play. Caesar coming on I thought was really good. Buller, obviously really good. But Api Coruscant, apparently he had gastro, like heavy gastro, like just before the match. And I think that might be why he was really good. Like, I don't think anyone wanted to touch him because of the gastro. I think maybe, just maybe, the gastro was coming out one end, and that was propelling him forward, like, whee! But, I think, I'm not too sure. Correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, oh my gosh. I miss Coruscant. I really do. As a Manly fan, I really miss him. I hate that we gave him up because we had a young guy coming through, and then that young guy decides, oh, you know what, I'm going to be stupid and, mess up a rugby league contract. It's what it really irks me. It really irks me, this kind of stuff. Hey, let's mess up my life and, mess up having a rugby league contract. It happens in all sports. Like, people mess up and they're like, oh, I'm gonna drink and drive and hit someone, or I'm gonna off someone. It's just like, really? Literally, just train. You've got your whole life to figure out all this other stuff. Literally focus on your sport. Make your money. Set your family up for life. Pisses me off. Anyway, but Tigers really well. Halftime score was 18-6, and they just went on to score another 14 unanswered points. So Sharks are in shambles. The next match, the last match of the round, was Knights and the Storm. The Knights coming out 14-12 winners over the Storm. Gagai and Tuala scored, and Pappenhausen and Wishart scored for the Storm. It was due to a penalty, I think, that they won. So yeah, halftime score was 14-0 to the Knights. So the Knights were held scoreless in the second half, but that doesn't matter because they did enough in the first half. It's crazy. It's craziness. I'm going to put this piece of paper down. So yeah, put up the other piece of paper for the Manly gear, the Manly stuff. Yeah, the Knights looked really well. It seems like the Jackson Hastings benching will probably go for another week because Cogger looked really good. But in saying that, it's the Knights. Who knows what they're going to do? I'm not the coach. Everybody went, why are you benching Hastings? And then look, they beat the Storm. Anyway, let's get on to the Manly Eels game. Let's get this over with. Eels beat Manly 28-24. Eels, Penasini, Moses, Talagi, Harper and Tuilagi all scored tries against Manly, where Turbo, Paolo, Garrick and Waddell scored. Yeah, not much to say. Aloy, however you want to say your name. You were sin-binned right at the end. I don't understand it. How can you get sin-binned for that? you get pushed over by somebody who wasn't even in the tackle. How do they not get sent in? How do they not get sent off? I can understand, oh, it's just pushing and shoving, but it's just like, when you're not even in the tackle, you're instigating. So, go. But yeah, Parramatta's stadium is a fortress for them. They get a lot of calls, as Seabold said. They get a lot of calls. After it was up 14-0, I think the referee decided to ping every single little thing that Manly did. But anyway, if you don't do those errors, you don't get pinged. As soon as you get called held, get off straight away. That you've got to make that your priority. To, like, you know, you can't just be laying around. You gotta be on. You've got to be on, like, onside. Make sure you're onside. Make sure you're not doing anything wrong so the referee can't ping you. It's crazy. But yeah, if we hold on to the ball, I think we win. I really do. I think Parramatta played just enough so that they can win. But yeah, we've got Saab coming back. We've got Sipley coming back. The Lodge. So we'll be fine. It's a little blip. I would have loved to have gotten the win over in Parramatta, but what can you do? What can you do? We'll get the win next time, Cherry Evans. I think we versed Parramatta in round 8, so that should be pretty cool. That's at 4 Pines Park, so I'll be there, hopefully, for it. And yeah, it's kind of crazy. We're 2-1. We don't have a bye until like the 13th or 14th round. It's not for ages. Like, oh, actually, might not even be then. I think it's after then. It's like it's somewhere right at the end of the season. It's crazy, but yeah. That's going to be it for the Monday wrap-up, Monday review, whatever you want to call it. I got a couple of new tattoos today, so I was happy with that. I've got a little kitty cat on Moon, and I got an eyeball. So I do eventually want to get a tattoo on this hand of the Manly Seagulls logo. And yeah, eventually I'll do that. But yeah. Tomorrow will be Team List Tuesday. Cannot wait for that. Heard some news that Nathan Cleary might be ruled out for about 4 weeks. That is good news for us because we verse them next round. So yeah, should be good. Anyway, thank you for watching. This has been Winging It with Manly Man Matt, and don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. I'm here every Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday or Sunday, depending on what day I want to upload the video. But yeah, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, kick a football, hug a loved one, go the mighty Sea Eagles. Let's get this next win against the Dragons on Saturday, and I will see you later. Peace.